So we're back again with now another NBA 2K19 Myteam gameplay, and while I've been streaming quite a bit this year, there's one question that I get a lot, and I thought I should bring a video on it. And you guys can obviously see by the thumbnail and the title, that question is how do you collect cards in the game? So you guys can see right now I have 1,170 cards, which means I'm only 80 cards away from getting Diamond Andre Kirilenko, and to be honest, I haven't really been grinding for him too much, because I know there are already people with this card, but I'm going to get him today. But as I said, I really haven't put much effort into getting this card, but the reason this year you do want to collect cards is because of these collector levels. So at the start, they don't really start off the best. Like, you get 3 tokens, Daniel Gibson, who's actually a beast, then 10 tokens, then 10,000 MT, then Greg Oden. But in my opinion, quite possibly the best reward on this collector levels until we get to like Pink Diamond JR Smith is when you reach 1,000 cards, you get 250 tokens. So I did mention this in my how to make tokens video, but this 250 tokens is the biggest key, and really those extra 250 tokens are the only reason I'm able to have 2 Pink Diamonds on my team, being Paul Pierce and Akimbe. And that's why I thought I should bring out this video, because a lot of people are trying to collect 1,000 cards, and I did it pretty easily. And also in a way I don't see too many other people doing it, so that's why I should bring it. So first things first, as a little disclaimer, you are going to need quite a lot of MT for this. Like, for example, I've completed almost every single current NBA team in the collection. I've completed all of the East, and the only team I haven't collected is the Warriors. And I'd say on average each team has about 14 cards, because you can see there's some teams that only have 13. So if we do the maths, 14 times 30 equals 420. So there's 420 cards just in the current NBA collection. That brings you quite high, although it does cost a lot of MT. And then also I completed 2 teams in the Heat Check collection. Because it's early, they haven't released all the teams yet. But if you guys are patient, it's probably better to wait until they do release the Heat Check packs, because I think they said they've released them at the start of the NBA season. So this is another 420 cards here when they do release those packs, which is absolutely huge, because right now I've only got an additional 14 from the Hornets and 14 from the Grizzlies as well. So that's 28 from the Heat Check, but you can get like 400 more. But the next biggest thing in the collections is this miscellaneous section, because yes, coaches do count, also historic arenas, playbooks as well, historic logos, and also basketballs all count towards your collector level. So I actually do have quite a few more things that I can buy out of this miscellaneous section, and that's what will bring me up to being able to get Andre Kirilenko. And now I'm going to show you guys my biggest tip as to how I'm able to get these cards for the cheapest way possible, because you can see I have 34 more playbooks that can go towards my collection, so I need to buy 34 more. So first things first is I go over to franchise and then go over to playbooks or whatever I was going to buy, and then I go to minimum buyout and go 250, and I'd make myself a rule that the maximum amount I'm going to pay for any of these cards is 1,000 MT. So then I'd search on this, and you guys can see that yellow check mark. That is your best friend, because that yellow check mark tells you which cards are already in your collection. So if you see one without that, it means you don't have it, so it means you got to buy it. And unfortunately there's 0 playbooks for the maximum buyout of 1,000 MT. What I do is I take away the maximum buyout and also the minimum buyout, and then this is a feature that I only really started using this year and a lot of people don't use, but it's actually the minimum bid and the maximum bid. So I'd put this at 250 as well, and then go over to 1,000 MT for the maximum bid, and there's quite a lot up, and this just shows every single playbook that you can bid on for a maximum amount of 1,000 MT. So you can see this 91 Warriors one over here. We're going to bid 1,000 MT on it. So we'll go 1,000 just like that. And now on that card, we do have the highest bid. So the best part about bidding on cards this year is if you actually win the bid and you're the highest bid, it actually gives you the MT back from what the second highest bid would have been. So that might not make too much sense, but you can see all these playbooks here. I put 1,000 MT bids on them. And you can see for this Lakers one, because the second highest bid was 950 MT, they gave me 50 MT back. And again, for the Pistons one, the second highest bid was 750 MT, so I get 250 back. Trust me, it's the best way to do it. So yeah, basically I just go through every single card I don't have and put that 1k bid on. The thing that you have to remember though, when you do bid on a card, it doesn't add the yellow check mark while you're bidding on it, so you have to make sure that you don't bid on duplicates. So you can see here, I just bid on the Hawks playbook, and then over here is another Hawks playbook. Obviously I don't want to bid 1,000 on that because we're already bidding on one. And yeah, now I've gone through and bidden on every single playbook that I don't have for 1,000 MT. And you can see there definitely are quite a few cards here, and sure, you might get outbid on a few, but I win probably 70% of them, which is extremely good to think that none of these cards were up for under 1,000 MT by now. To more than likely get them for under 1,000 MT on a bid is even better. So as I said, for that miscellaneous section, I'm going to do that same step for every single one of these. So I'm going to do it for the coaches, the arenas, the playbooks again. I've already done the logos, so I don't need to do that anymore, but I'll get 7 more basketballs as well. That's a lot more cards, but for sure the biggest biggest thing they can add to your card collection is when you go up to uniforms. Look at how many there are. I actually really want to do the maths and see how many uniforms are on this page. So just for the Eastern Conference, there is 191 uniforms, which means 190 more cards to your collection. And then for the Western Conference, there's 182 more uniforms. So you can see there's a lot. To finish up the maths, that's 373 cards between the Eastern and Western Conference just for uniforms. And the best thing about the uniforms compared to the players is the uniforms are so much cheaper. We just do the same thing as we did for playbooks. So again, what I do is I go over to franchise, go home jerseys, then go over to 250 and go up to 1,000. Again, still for these uniforms, I'd set myself a limit that the maximum amount I'm going to spend on one is 1,000 MT. And it does take a while because there are quite a lot up, but you just got to wait until you see one without that yellow check mark, and then you want to buy it. And because I've got pretty much every single home uniform, there's not too many left, so that's the reason why I'm scrolling for a while and not getting any. Hey, we found one. Here we go. This Hawks uniform, 1,000 MT. And that one uniform in about 4 minutes of scrolling was the only one I found that I didn't have. But still, I'll definitely take that. We'll add that one to the collection, and you guys know what I'm doing next. Actually, it's a little bit different for the uniforms because the next thing I do is go away jerseys and then also do the 250 minimum and 1,000 maximum and do the exact same thing. And there were none up for buy now, so I'm sure you guys know what I'm doing now. We're going minimum bid 250, maximum bid 1,000. And you can see already there's cards showing up. So there's this Hawks uniform that we're going to bid 1,000 MT on. This Nuggets uniform right here, 1,000. This Wizards uniform as well. Wait, or not 950, 1,000. Warriors uniform right here, 1,000. Detroit Pistons uniform, 1,000. As you can see, just bid on every single one you don't have for 1,000 MT. And then hopefully once those bids are over, again, you win about 70% of them. Your auction outcome should be looking something just like this, where you have quite a lot of uniforms and quite a lot of MT as well. Because for most of these, the second highest bidder was 800 MT. So we get 200 MT back. And just like that, within about 10 minutes, I was able to add 12 cards to my collection. When my collection is huge, so being able to add 12 is actually really big. But if you guys do have a smaller collection, this is going to be so much easier, and you'll probably be able to get the uniforms and also the playbooks for so much cheaper. Also, another big key is I recommend you do complete domination, because you end up getting all these Eastern and all these Western arenas, all these logos as well, all these uniforms. So there's a lot of cards right there. I think all up that's about 200. Actually, maybe not that many, maybe like 150. And obviously there are a few more cards in the throwback collections as well, as I've completed all of them. But the biggest thing that a lot of people didn't realize at the start of the year is these uniforms also add to it. And also the miscellaneous stuff, the coaches, the arenas, the playbooks, and the logos, and the basketballs all add to the collection. And as for right now, collecting these cards is one of the best things you can do. And today on stream, I'm going to get this Andre Kirilenko. One more thing I thought I should add, and it's unlike previous years, unfortunately shoes do not count. So don't go through buying shoes because, as I said, they don't count to the collection. Yeah, once you do reach those collection levels, it's absolutely huge. That's the way I was able to get all the diamonds on my team and the pink diamonds with those 250 extra tokens. And I know this Andre Kirilenko is going to be a beast as well, because he by far looks like the best diamond in the game. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to follow me on Twitch as well. As I said, I will be live streaming today, and I live stream pretty much every single day. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helped. If it did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, as I bring out these types of videos, tip videos to help you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. All right, bye.